the son of the wild. Sarai, wife of Abram, was barren. In the long silence of their tent, the promise of a great nation from their line felt like a fading echo. A desperate hope took root in her heart as she looked upon Hagar, her Egyptian servant. "The Lord has kept me from bearing children," she told Abram, her voice tight with years of grief. "Go to my servant. Perhaps I can build a family through her." Abram listened to the voice of his wife. He took Hagar, and she conceived. When Hagar knew she carried his child, a new power stirred within her. She looked upon her mistress with contempt, and the silent respect that had once defined their bond shattered. The heir was in her womb, not Sarai's. "You are responsible for the wrong I am suffering." Sarai raged at Abram, her pain twisting into accusation. "I gave my servant to you, and now she despises me." Abram, trapped between his wife's fury and his new son's mother, turned away. "Your servant is in your hands," he said, his voice heavy with resignation. "Do with her as you think best." And Sarai mistreated Hagar. The scorn was repaid with cruelty until Hagar could no longer endure it. She fled, escaping the suffocation of the tent for the harsh, open emptiness of the desert. She ran, a lone figure against a vast, unforgiving landscape, carrying the future of a people within her. By a spring, exhausted and alone, the angel of the Lord found her. "Go back to your mistress and submit to her," the voice commanded, echoing not in the air but in her soul. "I will increase your descendants, so they will be too numerous to count. You will give birth to a son. You shall name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard your misery. He will be a wild donkey of a man, his hand against everyone, and everyone's hand against him." Hagar returned and bore Abram a son. Abram named him Ishmael. For 13 years, the boy's laughter was the only sound of a child in the camp. He was the firstborn, the son of Abram's old age. For a time, there was a fragile peace. But the Lord kept his promise to Sarah. In her old age, she bore Abraham a son, and they named him Isaac. When the child was weaned, Abraham held a great feast. The laughter of Sarah, once bitter with disbelief, now rang with pure joy. The son of the promise had finally come. At the feast, Sarah saw Ishmael, now a young man, mocking her son Isaac. The sight ignited a fierce, protective rage within her. "Get rid of that slave woman and her son," she demanded of Abraham, "for that woman's son will never share in the inheritance with my son Isaac." The words were a knife in Abraham's heart, for Ishmael was his son. Early the next morning, Abraham took bread and a skin of water and gave them to Hagar. He set them on her shoulders, laid a hand on his son's head in a silent, heartbreaking farewell, and sent them away. Hagar and the boy walked into the wilderness of Beersheba, leaving the only home they had ever known. When the water in the skin was gone, Hagar put the boy under one of the bushes. She went off and sat down about a bowshot away, for she thought, "I cannot watch the boy die." And as she sat there, she began to sob. But God heard the boy crying, and the angel of God called to Hagar from heaven. "What is the matter, Hagar? Do not be afraid. God has heard the boy. Lift him up and take him by the hand, for I will make him into a great nation." Then God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water. So she went and filled the skin with water and gave the boy a drink. Life returned to his eyes and strength to his limbs. In the heart of their despair, they found a spring of hope. God was with the boy as he grew up. He lived in the wilderness of Paran and became an archer. He was Ishmael, the son of the wild, and from him a great nation would rise, just as the Lord had promised in the heart of the desert.